It's interesting. I live in probably one of the most sought-after outdoor environments in the entire Western Hemisphere. And yet, being born and raised here in Portland, I'm ashamed to say that I'm almost desensitized to this area's uniqueness. But recently, I had a wake-up call. I realized that the fresh, pine-soaked air that chilled my lungs as a child has been replaced with the aroma of singed bark and charred earth. The western half of the United States is burning. And I mean, after not taking advantage of what has literally been in my backyard for so many years, the thought and the realization that some of this may be gone altogether, like well within my lifetime, inspired me to pick up my camera and go enjoy it and create in it while it's still here. Freezing. Well, just dropped the magnetic filter off the front of my lens. Normally the magnets are super good and I would totally trust it, but I bumped it with my hand, landed in the dirt. Really glad it didn't just slide down off this cliff. That would have sucked. We'll see the durability if I can get this clean. Oh my god. A few months ago, Freewell sent me out their new 7-in-1 magnetic filter system. If you guys haven't heard of Freewell before, they're a company that's been making some pretty quality but also very affordable options for screw-on filters. In the past, I've been using some of their variable NDs. I have their 2 to 5 stop, and they recently came out with this really ingenious, super versatile system. Now, to be clear, Freewell isn't sponsoring this video, but I really did want to take my time and test these filters over a couple of months and put them through a lot of different shooting scenarios and see how they fit into my workflow. And then, tell you guys what I think about them. Basically, it's a magnetic base that allows you to swap out a total of 7 different variations onto the front of it. You can do a 2 to 5 stop variable ND, a 6 to 9 stop variable ND, a circular polarizer, an ND32 circular polarizer, mist variations. It's honestly a really interesting system. If you're somebody who's used screw-on filters much in the past, you'll know that they're kind of tedious, and especially once you kind of start stacking up a good little collection of them, carrying them around, screwing them on and off between your lenses, it's definitely a bit of a hassle. And so for them to combine all of these more or less into one via this magnetic system, I gotta say, it's pretty cool. It's really nice to shoot with, actually. These are currently available for pre-order via their Indiegogo campaign, and you can get this entire kit, effectively 7 filters in one, for $2.99. A popular question that I think is coming up a lot about these is the magnets. Like, how strong are they? How well are these things actually gonna stay on? Like, what's the durability and the build quality like? Well, as you guys saw, I did bump it a couple of times with my thumb. With just gravity, it's not gonna come off or anything like that. But if this clips on like the edge of something, like a bag, it popped off. So I would have maybe liked to have seen these magnets be a little bit stronger. Maybe that's something they'll improve in the future with latter batches of the actual system. I was able to get it cleaned up, no problem, of course. I mean, they're coated really well. There's no scratches on them or anything. But other than that, I think these things are pretty cool and definitely something I would recommend. You know, as I was out there shooting, I was just thinking about the absurdity of this whole situation, and not the planet burning. I mean, that is absurd. There's way smarter people than me that you should probably go listen to about that. I'm talking about the fact that it took me realizing that we're at risk of losing stuff like this forever to truly appreciate it. It sort of reminds me of that quote from The Office. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Anyways, this was fun, and I'm gonna go maybe call my mom or something.